Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards.
On the ready.
36 to Mike. Down to lose one.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge. Right back to Sanders on first down. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Hey, 5-7. 2.
He'll drop to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. So on fourth down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now back to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
What's this?
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check nickel. Ship.
It's Great 57.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Well, the Vikings right now, they've got the passing game working. It's another 1st down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Listen.
Ricky. Hey, watch that.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Mike, 54. Check Mike, check.
Kill.
Kill.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Man out.
It's Great 57.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And it's complete to Kelsey. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yep.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Tariq Cohen, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen.
And now look at him go. 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Touchdown. Marquise Brown, 78 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
24 is the mic. Rip left, rip left. 24 is the mic. Watch the run, watch the run.
From the gun, it's Wentz. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. You take a win. Man, 5-7.
First down, a run with Cohen. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Wentz. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 38, Wentz caught. Kelsey, left side.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. That catch in his career is number 662, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah, who was a wide receiver at Alabama before he transitioned in the NFL. And we're seeing similar attributes here because the ability to play inside, outside, flex out, he can catch it from any position and turn it into a big play.
Now he's got his eyes on 700. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising, but they wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they'll see what they can do on third and goal. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they'll see what they can do on third and goal. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tariq Cohen. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll set up a throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
If it's not one guy, it's another with this defense. I mean, this is the #1 unit against the rush in the entire NFL. They know how to cover for each other, and yeah, they've got great players. They also have very dependable players, too.
Watch 54, watch 54. You can't block me. You can't block me. Mike 54.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. On first down, Wentz. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. Touchdown, Vikings! Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 12 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
I'm going to come back to you.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
Looking to throw. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Being chased out left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz, this is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He's going to loft one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up those beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his first touchdown on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Check 4, check 4. Right there, 54.
Now wins. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Throwing his Wentz. Slant route caught by Edelman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. Throwing on first is Wentz. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Oh, you got D?
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. I got you.
Now Wentz. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tariq Cohen on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And from down in Miami, an update. The Chargers have scored again, so they open up a 2-touchdown lead. We'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one.
Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock down and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Exit.
Hey, switch gears.
2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Mullins now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Mike 54.
2nd and 9 now. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Go!
Hey, Delta.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
5.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Nick Mullins in the final seconds of the first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On second down, Ingram. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Showing it. Hey, alert 3.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. He's got his man on the crossing route. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. From his linebacker's spot, Vontaze Burfict with a sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Hey, kill him. Hey, force, don't kill him. Hey, watch that. What's your son? 54. What's that?
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. That's complete, right around the 8. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Travis Kelce with his 16th touchdown of the year as they have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Steve 6.
36 to Mike. Here we go. Mike.
Now.
2nd and 11. Flushed out right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Let's go, D.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Chicago. 55 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's third down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. You.
Mike 36. Mike 36. Here we go.
Watch 36.
Bravo. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Mike 36. They go.
Back to throw here. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His second touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Greedy Williams picks it off. He was looking for Edelman there.
On the ready. Check. Watch the break stone.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down. Back at the 28.
A loss of 2.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really
He's going to let it, and it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Let's go now. 10, touchdown. Rock the run.
On 1st down, Ingram. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Go, D. Let's go.
They run from the pistol with Ingram. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Mike 54.
Wentz now on 1st down. And he will find Ridley on the left side. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Wentz now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. They run. This is Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 46-yard line.
Here we go. 280.
65.
What's this on?
24 is the mark.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Check.
2 jet.
Check hot route. Hot.
What's this on?
Now a play fake. Wentz gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
What's this on?
24 is the mic.
Hey, tight. 357.
24 is the mic. Wild Bill.
Hey. High 7. What's this on?
Into the red zone. Wentz to the right side, and he's got Edelman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
What's on?
You don't want
What's on?
Wentz. And this is caught. It's Edelman. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
82.
Wins to throw again. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. N'Keal Harry, his third touchdown now on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray, and he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
36 tonight.
The backup Murray, his first throw. Flush to his right. And this one's incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about an on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Go. 180.
Get him.
On first down, Cohen. Room here to run. That good for 22 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Wentz to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe. This
is Ingram on 1st and 10. The All-Pro in 2 positions, Khalil Mack there to make the stop. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Ingram again. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
5-9, 5-9.
54.
Hey, orbit. We got to get the ball.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
A 42-yard attempt.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Wentz going to go on 4th down. Got his man. That's Harry. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Well, we looked at each other in surprise going for it on 4th down to the 4th quarter with a lead. But, hey, you get it as a coach. You look like a genius.
So the next time we see Coach, he's going to say, well, that's why I coach and that's why you guys talk up there, right? He had the guts to go ahead and go for it, and it paid off.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
Play action. Now Wentz. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I like the play call. Go to the play action, see if you can sneak your tight end out there and find him open in the end zone.
And just defensively, they weren't fooled and able to bat it away.
Go.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done, 8 for 9 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done, 8 for 9 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Double up, double up.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Peek it.
Go.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They'll come out in the pistol. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short.
24 is the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the move to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
A little more room here on 2nd and 6 from the 6.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
To throw is Murray. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards the pickup there. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair. Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot. So for Minnesota, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Chicago, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy, and tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy, and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag a bulk me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit.